time on CNN. We're here with Democratic strategist and host of the Politics War Room podcast, James Carville, and host of the Rubin Report on YouTube and Rumble, Dave Rubin. Okay, here are the questions. For Dave, what did you think of Elon Musk's trip to Israel? Do you think he no longer harbors anti-Semitic and conspiratorial beliefs?
Oh, well, he never had anti-Semitic or conspiratorial beliefs in the first place, but Elon Musk is not an anti-Semite. There are plenty of anti-Semites out there. You called a whole bunch of them out during the show. I mean, Elon Musk going to Israel was absolutely great. I think too many people now don't believe anything they see, but they do believe Elon Musk, so him going there and saying, I saw the 47 minutes of footage, he's wearing dog tags of, from one of the families who lost their kids.
I mean,
there's a lot of anti-Semites out there, but Elon Musk is not one of them.
Okay, that may be true. I mean, look, he's a hard guy to follow all the time.
You know, that's really rich for Bill Maher to go after Elon Musk and just label him and tag him as an anti-Semite. And he goes, oh, I don't know if he's really an anti-Semite, but I'm just going to basically say that he's anti-Semitic and he harbors, weird ideas. Okay? I mean, that's just absolutely unbelievable. And Dave, give him credit for sticking up. And that's exactly what we need to do. We need to push back when people start to question other people's intentions, there's thoughts, there's words. I mean, everything has got nuance. So the question is going to be, is that Bill is starting, you're talking about a flip-flopper? Bill is becoming one of those. He's flipping when he needs to, and he's flopping when he needs to. Anyways, let's continue.
And this thing did test my patience with him, because he may not be an anti-Semite, but when someone tweets what they tweeted, and he tweets, you have spoken the actual truth, it looks really anti-Semitic. So, come on.
I don't know how in the weeds you want to get on the comment, but the comment was really...
we do. What is the comment?
The comment that he was responding to was about that there are left-wing, thought of as Jewish organizations like the ADL, that are aiming their fire the wrong way all the time. So they're attacking him, right? As opposed to attacking the people that are actually anti-Semites, like the lefties.
All right. My understanding of it was that he was supporting the idea that what we heard when you went to the
You're exactly right. It was the greatest act of Jew washing I've ever seen. After he said something like that.
I've never heard that term.
Well, I mean, it's what you do when you screw up.
I get it.
If I say anything, come on. Look, I have no idea. The last thing I want to do is pick a fight with a guy worth $1 trillion. But that dude is weird, man. I'm going to tell you, that's something
Okay, so that dude is weird. But this bald-headed vulture from the Spider-Man comics, any of you know that? Remember? The vulture, the original vulture, the old geezer with the vulture wings and the vulture outfit, have some absolutely unbelievable battles with Peter Parker, a.k.a. Spider-Man. I mean, James Carville calling Elon Musk, that dude's weird, is the pot calling the kettle black. Come on, James. What if that's weird? What the hell is this? And what do you wear? A pink United States Marine Corps. Oh my goodness. That's weird, James. That's weird.
James, you famously said it's the economy, stupid, but voters seem to be responding to positive economic news. Voters don't seem to be responding to positive economic news in the polls. How do you explain this?
Well, you got 60% of the Republicans that believe the Earth is 6,000 years old.
Oh, that's not a good answer.
I'm just
stupid answer.
Okay. All right. You look with 5.6% growth. All right. By any record, now people don't feel it. And I think we should have made a change. You and I agree on that. And I don't know how much of it is that they can't see beyond the president. The cost of living has hurt people, But you just can't look at this economy and go out and say this is a bad economy. That's impossible.
But that's not really what you want to tell the voters.
Well, but I'm not running for office, Bill. I'm answering a question on a television show. If I wasn't answering the same way,
the reason why you're on a television show is because you're a known strategist. So when we're asking for your strategy, and
Did you see Dave Rubin? Let's go back here. Let's go back just a little bit here. Just a little bit, and watch Dave Rubin's face when Bill goes, you're the premier, one of the premier Democratic strategists out there. You've helped men win elections. Clinton. They ask you, you're the guru, you're the sage. And you're saying, I don't know what to tell anybody right now. Check out Dave Rubin's reaction to this. Okay, we're gonna go over that again.
But the reason why you're on a television show is because you're a known strategist. So when we're asking for your strategy, and your strategy seems to be to tell the voters you don't know what you're talking about, and I don't think that's a good way to get elected. And I'm not a strategist.
I would not say that. But you
just said it to me.
I would not say that. Carville goes, I would not say that. Isn't that just typical what the Democrats do? We never said that. We never did that. We never thought that. We would never do that. We would never take that away. I never said that. And seconds earlier, Bill Maher went right after him. Great stuff. Great stuff.
Okay. But he's not running for office. I mean, look at the sweatshirt.
People, here's what I think it is. People, the things that, like, you can cite the statistics, and yes, inflation is going down, it's going in the right direction. But the things that people buy every day in this country: bullets, eggs, gas.
Gas is down.
Not here.
I'm just telling you, the price of gas.
Yes,
we produce more. We pump more oil.
More
than we
oil.
ever have in history.
Yeah, they have. Yes, yeah.
We pump more oil in Saudi Arabia. All right, just so you know that. But if you ask people, do you think that the Democrats and Biden is, oh yeah, of course he is, 100%. I can't. The fact that people believe something doesn't make it a fact. There's a big story in the Wall Street Journal today. The crime rate has dropped significantly. Try to argue with someone, but the crimes per 100,000, I think, was 738, and you're down to 362 or something like that. Yeah, you got.
Take a look at the crime rate in the big cities, you moron. We're not talking about something in flyover country. Take a look at the big cities, the ones that are controlled by blue. You think the people in San Francisco are saying the crime rate is down? In Los Angeles? In Baltimore? In Detroit? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I gotta sit here and act like I'm a factual klutz?
You
Because
are.
somebody believes something that's not true?
It's all true.
Okay. Well, then we'll move on.
Okay.
Mike. So, Mike Johnson, he's from your home state of Louisiana, the Speaker of the House. I read today he wrote a foreword in a book that subscribes to conspiracy theories and homophobic insults. I thought, Mike Johnson wrote the foreword to the Bible? Do you think Mike Johnson can hold his party together now that he has taken the mantle?
Well, first of all, I don't think he can hold his party together. Second of all, you're exactly right. Mike Johnson and what he believes is one of the greatest threats we have today to the United States. I promise you, I know the...
Look at the hens in the audience clapping. Mike Johnson is the greatest threat. First it was Donald Trump is the greatest threat to democracy. Now it's Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House. He's the greatest threat to democracy, and I'll tell you why. Let's listen to James Carville's reason as to why Mike Johnson is the greatest threat to democracy.
against people.
Well, you're talking about Christian nationalism. and I was
Absolutely.
talking about at
This
the
is,
end
this
of-
is a
right.
this is a bigger threat than Al Qaeda
Oh, right.
to this country. And let me tell you something. They're Speaker of the House. They got probably at least 2 Supreme Court justices, maybe more. Right? Don't kid yourself. And people in the press have no idea who this guy is, how he was formed, what the threat is, and this is a fundamental threat to the United States. It is a fundamental. They don't believe in the Constitution. No. They'll tell you that. Mike Johnson himself says, "What is democracy but 2 wolves and a lamb having lunch?" That's what they really, really, really believe. And to say, "Oh, come on, man, that's just some crazy shit." No. They believe that, and they're coming, and they've been doing it forever. They're funded. They're relentless. And, they probably won't win for a while, but they might.
No,
and
you
if
just-
they do, the whole country blows a
You
gasket.
just have to look at that painting. I think it's a Kincaid painting that a lot of them like, where Jesus is handing the Constitution
Right,
to
sure.
Thomas Jefferson. I mean,
Right.
if you could look at that and go, that's the way it probably happened.
I know it. I know
That
it
wasn't
well.
a photo?
That
wasn't
is
a photo?
no. Is the rise of anti-immigration Dutch politician Geert Wilders, I remember interviewing him for Religiolist way back in 2007, a warning to the liberals in America that they need to take our immigration crisis more seriously. So if you don't follow the story, Geert Wilders, he's been running forever in Holland. Of course, the New York Times calls him a far rightist. They call all these people, Maloney in Italy is another one. Viktor Orban is kind of a far rightist in Hungary. But not, I think some of them are just, Brexit in England was part of this. People are feeling they are not welcome almost in their own home because of the kind of immigration that these people are fighting against. So
Most of these people are not far.
Welcome to our side on this issue, Bill. A few years ago, decades ago, Bill Maher would never have uttered those words. He's finally seeing the light, and we're hoping that he doesn't flip and flop on this issue as well. He hit it right on the nose. That the people that have been there for centuries, people that have been there, their families, are now starting to feel that what's going on? We're losing a hold of our values, our cultures, our traditions, and they're being supplanted. It's not that it's everybody it's like a mix, a melting pot that happens here in the United States. It's that they're being supplanted. That's what Bill is saying. That's what we're talking about.
Right by any way that we would think of far right, in that they're racist. I actually met with Orban in Budapest, and I talked to him for a little while, and all he kept saying was, I love Hungary. That's all. I love my people. I love my country. That's it. I don't know what accent that was, but that basically.
that's a dead-on impression of him.
Something.
Can you do his walk?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a waddle, but all of these guys, Geert Wilders, he wants Holland to be for the Dutch, right? Like that's what he wants. When we see that's racist, that's what they would tell you, right? No. Wait, you meant that literally? Or
No. I don't know what we're talking about, but I was just going to say, Dutch for the Dutch. I would amend that if it was me. Dutch values.
No, Dutch values.
You don't have
of
to
course.
be actually Dutch. You don't have to be white. That's what I think is great about America.
Of
it's
course.
the idea. As long as you subscribe to our ideas, which again, to your point and what I was saying at the end of the show, that we're not a Christian nation. That's not what it is. This is a country where we have the First Amendment. Then everybody should be welcome.
No, of course, it's not about skin color, but it is about culture. So what
Yes.
happens is
Culture
all
matters.
of these people, whether they're in France or Belgium or any of the countries that you just mentioned, they're realizing, wow, we've got literally millions of people in our borders that are chanting for genocide and gas the Jews and the rest of it. And by the way, it doesn't stop with the Jews, right? I mean, they were at the Christmas tree in Times Square yesterday or 2 days ago. So people are realizing that, and they're looking for anybody, and for some reason they always come with crazy hair, that will fix some of this stuff.
So I kind of have trouble. I think your question was, is the election in the Netherlands, is that somewhat of
harbinger
warning?
for
Do you want a short, truthful answer? Or
Yes.
Yes. It does. Okay? It does.
Yeah.
Because people, but understand this, people like immigrants.
Here comes the
okay?
bullshit,
What they
guys.
don't
Here
like
it comes.
is disorder. And when you become the disorder party, whatever it is,
The Democrats.
pay a price. Now, one of the reasons that we have in this problem, this is what 3.6% unemployment does for you. You think we're the only people that know that? Or you think, and by the way, somebody, if you got a woman that lives in Honduras.
Here it comes,
she
folks.
walks with a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old to the Mexican border and wants to come in this country, come on in, lady. You're a motivated person. We need you. Period.
No,
Okay.
you can't come.
Yeah,
we have a
yeah,
border. We have a border. We have a
you-
country.
you-
You either have a country or you don't. I mean,
Every border had refugees. Every border has asylum.
Yeah, but you can't just let them walk
I'm
in.
sorry.
That's what the issue is.
I'm for somebody walks with 2 kids 600 miles to come in this country. I got a job for you, lady. Come see me. Find me one roofer in Florida that was born in the United States.
I got a
Let's find
job
one.
too. I got a job, and that.
Wow, wow, wow. You heard it right there. James Carville, Democratic Party, basically telling everybody, hey, if there's a lady, she walks 1,000 miles for a camel. Well, you're not allowed to smoke anymore, folks. She walks 1,000 miles with her children in the heat, in the snow, through the water, through the alligator-infested waters of the Rio Grande, right? She's just, I mean, that is a person that I want. She persevered. I want to give her a job as a maid, as a housekeeper, somewhere. I want her to supplant the United States citizen for a job. I want her to come here illegally. Oh, yes, that's who we want. We want the illegals. It's right. They're voting with their feet. They're coming those miles. What are you going to say to the people in sub-Saharan Africa that can't swim across the oceans? In India, in the Middle East, that can't swim? How are they going to walk to the United States of America, to our southern border, James? Amazing, folks. Absolutely just freaking amazing. Anyways, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I've been your host, Dr. Nasir. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. You know what to do if we've earned it. Hit that like, share, and follow button. I'll leave you with my final thought, which is, when you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're wrong. Until next time, folks, take care and stay safe.